Welcome to Ashtaang Chikitsa. I can see most of you all having your camera on. Nice to see. जिन लोगों ने अपना कैमरा ऑन नहीं किया है उनसे रिक्वेस्ट है कि आप लोग सब अपना कैमरा प्लीज ऑन कर ले, so that I know exactly who I'm speaking to and not to a blackboard, right? Vasundhara ma'am, Sumit sir, could you please switch on your cameras? It would be nice if I could see you all. Okay, तो हम किस लिए इकट्ठा हुए हैं यहाँ? Anybody? What is the reason for this webinar? कुछ पेन है क्या आप लोगों को? Anything? Anybody? What is the reason for this webinar? You have all enrolled for this webinar. आप लोगों ने enroll किया इस webinar के लिए, क्या कारण है इस webinar का? Anybody? Please write in the chat box. जिन लोगों ने कैमरा ऑन नहीं किया है, प्लीज इट्स एन अर्नेस्ट रिक्वेस्ट टू स्विच ऑन योर कैमरा. ओके, just to check. Okay, what are you planning to check, Sanjeev sir? What do you want to check? Having pain in right shoulder. Yes, 1 2 3 4 5. This is an excellent number. I don't know who it is. Okay, lower back pain. So किसी को लोअर बैक पेन है, किसी को शोल्डर पेन है. तो इसमें कॉमन क्या है? व्हाट इज द कॉमन थिंग? जॉइंट पेन. पेन कॉमन है, जॉइंट कॉमन है. शोल्डर भी एक जॉइंट है, लोअर बैक भी एक जॉइंट है. हैविंग अ पेन इन माय लेफ्ट थाई. थाई तो जॉइंट नहीं है, मसल है. टू लूज फियर्स. ओह, दैट इज ग्रेट. ओके, आर्थराइटिस. तो जो लोग यहाँ पर इकट्ठे हुए हैं, आई अंडरस्टैंड एवरीबडी इज गोइंग थ्रू सम जॉइंट पेन, चाहे वो शोल्डर हो या लोअर बैक है या नी पेन है, कुछ ना कुछ पेन है. हाउ मेनी ऑफ यू ऑल आर लुकिंग फॉर सम परमानेंट रिलीफ? आई एम श्योर आप लोग ने सब कुछ ट्राई किया है. एलोपैथी तो ट्राई किया ही है, आयुर्वेद भी ट्राई किया है, होम्योपैथी भी ट्राई किया है, और दादी माँ के नुस्खे तो सभी ट्राई करते हैं हम इंडियन लोग. So are we looking for some long-term solution from this pain relief? Yes or no? Painless and drugless? Yes. Okay. तो अष्टांग चिकित्सा आपके दिमाग में क्या कुछ पुरानी सी चिकित्सा है ऐसा लगता है? किसी को जानने की उत्सुकता है? How many people are curious to know what Ashtang Chikitsa is all about? Okay, anybody? Healing, yes, it's healing. Healing where you have to work upon yourself. ज्यादातर हम क्या करते हैं? हम छोड़ देते हैं डॉक्टर पर. How about taking charge of your own health? How many of you all are willing to take charge of your own health? Give me a thumbs up. कितने लोग खुद के ऊपर काम करने को तैयार हैं? So we cannot afford to be lazy. We all need to work hard. हमारी लाइफ है, हमारा पेन है, हमारा बॉडी है, तो काम किसको करना है? हमें करनी है. Who has to take charge of their health? We have to take charge of our health. तो क्या रीजन है कि इतना प्रॉब्लम्स हो रहा है? The problem which was surfacing at 60, 70 in our ancestors time or in our grandparents time, why is it that आज ये problem 30s में आ रहा है? Anybody, what is the reason? कुछ तो आपको मालूमात होगा. सब लोग अवेयर हैं कि आज यंगस्टर्स को जितना प्रॉब्लम है, शायद ही जो लोग अपने 70s 80s में हैं उनको इतना प्रॉब्लम है. जबकि हम अच्छे से अच्छा खाते हैं, द बेस्ट ऑफ टेक्नोलॉजी, सोशल मीडिया, वी आर सो अवेयर. गूगल बाबा हमारे पास हमेशा ही है, सब कुछ की हमें जानकारी है. वी आर सो नॉलेजेबल. बट व्हाई आर वी सफरिंग मोर? तो सफरिंग हमारी कम होनी चाहिए. Yes or no? Lifestyle problems, Ila ma'am says. Okay, stress and lifestyle. तो क्या आगे के लोगों को स्ट्रेस नहीं था? Posture disturbance, excellent सुजाता मैम. Posture disturbance, तो बहुत सारी चीजें जो हम अवेयर नहीं है उन वो सब चीजें हम कर रहे हैं. नी पेन होता है. क्यों होता है नी पेन? क्योंकि हम जब चलते हैं तो हम दोनों पैरों को सीधा ही नहीं रखते. You will see walking like this, like a V stance. So when you walk in a V stance, what happens? Your line of gravity is disturbed. आपके बॉडी का अलाइनमेंट गड़बड़ हो जाता है, which we don't realize. और ये बचपन से आदत होते 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 क्या होता है, when we are in our menopause age, for the women, all these joint pains start surfacing. तो जो हमारा वीक पॉइंट है उसको पकड़ता है जब हम अपने डाउन साइड में आते हैं. यानी कि मेनोपॉज हो गया, एस्ट्रोजन लेवल डाउन हुआ, एंड द प्रॉब्लम स्टार्ट सरफेसिंग. हार्मोनल चेंजेस आता है एक लेडी के बॉडी में. So we have to understand, as a precaution also, we need to take care of ourselves. आपको खुद की जिम्मेदारी उठानी है. You have to work upon yourself. So if you give me some of your screen time, I would like to share what Ashtaang Chikitsa is all about. If you give me your permission, I would like to share. Yes or no, do I have your permission? I'm waiting for your permission so that I can give you some insights on what Ashtaang Chikitsa is all about. Okay. Thank you so much. Just give me 2 minutes. I'll share the screen. Okay. Namaskar. I welcome you all to Ashtaang Chikitsa webinar. Is the screen visible, Anilji?
Yes.
Okay. So who am I? I am Rachna Bothra and I'll be your host for today evening. I'm a part of an organization called Avisa Healing and Fitness Private Limited. तो ये Avisa Healing आखिर करता क्या है? We will just discuss this. In today's webinar, we will present to you a unique therapy for curing pains that you or someone in your family is suffering and are not able to find any solution in spite of moving from post to pillar without any solution or any treatment. So at Avisa Healing and Fitness, we are reviving Ashtaang Chikitsa to address the structural issues of a human being. So what do we mean by saying structural issues of a human being? The musculoskeletal system is one of them, जो हम address कर रहे हैं Ashtaang Chikitsa में. So the structure of the human body, how it can function in its best possible way, that's our purpose at Avisa Healing and Fitness. So it's a profound way of addressing aspects of a human body. अपने ह्यूमन शरीर का जो मस्कुलोस्केलेटल सिस्टम है उसको हम एड्रेस करने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं अष्टांग चिकित्सा. Now I'd like to introduce you all without much delay to Swami Rajvibhu, a rare Kumpak yogi and a human exponents expert. Swami Rajvibhu has been transforming lives of thousands of people who have not found any relief even after years of using allopathic medicine, not only in India, but Europe and States as well. He has taken people out of chronic diseases like thyroid, BP, heart, diabetes, and even life-threatening diseases like cancer. जो disease आज भी कोई cure एलोपैथी नहीं देता है, उन सबको रिवर्स किया है स्वामी राजविभू ने. और अब हम स्वामी राजविभू से सुनेंगे मस्कुलर स्केलेटल सिस्टम में जो नॉन रिवर्सिबल चीजें हैं, जैसे कि रूमेटिक आर्थराइटिस है, वो हम लोग कैसे रिवर्स कर सकते हैं, कैसे हमारा जो डीजेनरेशन होता है उसको रीजेनरेशन करने में अष्टांग चिकित्सा कैसे हेल्प कर सकता है। क्या आप जानते हैं देयर आर 8 फैक्टर्स विच आर रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर द इन्फ्लेमेशन और द स्टिफनेस और द पेन दैट यू आर गोइंग थ्रू। तो उन 8 फैक्टर्स को एड्रेस करते हैं हम अष्टांग चिकित्सा में। There are 8 softwares in the body, so we address each and every factor and then we try to heal you. So what's this webinar all about? It's Kumbhak therapy as a key to Ashtang Chikitsa, the online therapy program. So reversing neuro musculoskeletal problems with Ashtang Chikitsa, freedom from pain and medicine. So balancing of body function, जैसा कि मैंने आपको बताया, there are 8 softwares in our body, जिसके बारे में अभी शॉर्टली आपको स्वामी राजविभू के वीडियो से जानकारी मिलेगी। तो क्या क्या है ये शरीर इन अ ब्रीफ? सृष्टि शरीर, गर्भ शरीर, दोष शरीर, मर्म शरीर। मर्मा पॉइंट्स, शायद इसके बारे में कुछ लोगों ने सुना होगा। हमारे बॉडी में बहुत सारी ऐसी पॉइंट्स हैं, दोज आर मर्मा पॉइंट्स, सो विच कनेक्ट्स अस अगेन टू द ऑर्गन्स। ओके, सो प्रमाण शरीर, संख्या शरीर, प्रकृति शरीर एंड द विकृति शरीर। सो द इम्बैलेंसेस जो क्रिएट होता है ड्यू टू द डीजेनरेशन एंड द रीजेनरेशन, जो इम्बैलेंसेस है उसको बैलेंस में लाने के लिए हम लोग कुछ क्रियाएं करते हैं अष्टांग चिकित्सा में। सो व्हाट आर द कॉमन प्रॉब्लम्स व्हिच इन अ जिस्ट वी आर ट्राइंग टू क्योर? और बहुत सारी प्रॉब्लम्स है, बट ये कुछ कॉमन प्रॉब्लम्स है जो आज डे टू डे लिविंग में हर घर में कोई ना कोई आपको मिलेगा, as young as 25, who are suffering from some problem or the other related to joint pain. Knee pain, जो कि आगे के लोगों को 60 के बाद होना शुरू होता था, आजकल पाया गया है कि even people in their 30s and are suffering from knee pain, lower back pain. आईटी इंडस्ट्री के हर बंदे को आप देखेंगे लोअर बैक पेन है, जैसा कि कुछ पार्टिसिपेंट्स ने बोला पोस्चर की प्रॉब्लम। हमारा पोस्चर गलत होने के कारण ओवर द इयर्स वी स्टार्ट दी सफरिंग एंड देन इट बिकम्स अ परमानेंट अफेयर। हिप इश्यूज, पेन इन द लेग, ड्रॉप फुट, स्पाइन रिलेटेड इशू, हमारा जो मेरुदंड है उसको धीरे धीरे वीक होता जा रहा है, इवन बिफोर वी आर सपोज टू गेट इन अ स्टेज वेयर इट बिकम्स वीक, दैट इज पोस्ट 60। तो यंग एज में जो स्पाइन हमारा मेन पार्ट है बॉडी का वो वीक हो रहा है। स्लिप डिस्क, डिस्क बल्ज, अ वीक स्पाइन, स्पॉन्डिलाइटिस, फ्रोजन शोल्डर, ड्रूपिंग शोल्डर, टेनिस एल्बो, rheumatic arthritis and autoimmune disease। अब हम सोचते हैं ऑटो इम्यून डिजीज का कोई क्योर नहीं है आर्थराइटिस में, बट प्लीज अंडरस्टैंड जब आप अष्टांग चिकित्सा करते हैं तो आप इंटरनली अपने को स्ट्रेंथन कर रहे हैं, you're rejuvenating your organs and balancing the vikriti and the prakriti factors. So this is how we heal you through Ashtang Chikitsa. Osteoarthritis, osteoporosis, dislocation, neuropathy, and the nerve issues. So let's hear from Swami Rajvibhu without much delay about what Ashtang Chikitsa is all about and how we approach the entire problem. हम आपको ये प्रॉब्लम हम लोग कैसे एड्रेस करते हैं बाय वे ऑफ अ यूनिक प्राण शक्ति डायग्नोसिस, विच इज माइंड यू दैट इज नॉट अ मेडिकल डायग्नोसिस। हमें कोई मतलब नहीं है कि आपको डॉक्टर ने कैसे टैग किया है कि आपको बाबा रियूमेटिक आर्थराइटिस है, नाउ नथिंग कैन बी डन अबाउट इट। आप अपने रोज के सिम्टम्स हमें बताते हैं, What problems are you facing? जब आप एलोपैथी के पास जाते हैं, डॉक्टर के पास जाते हैं, इन्फ्लेमेशन होता है तो 4 जन को सेम दवाई पड़ती है. बट प्लीज अंडरस्टैंड, एज लॉजिकल पीपल वी कैन अंडरस्टैंड दैट नो बॉडी इज सेम. तो हर बॉडी को अलग तरीके से एड्रेस करना होता है, जो हम लोग प्राण शक्ति डायग्नोसिस द्वारा करते हैं. So without much delay, I will stop the sharing here. Thank you for listening to me patiently. Now Anil ji will be sharing the video of Swami Rajvibhu. उसके बाद हम लोग program details बताएंगे आपको. And after that, Swami Rajvibhu himself will be here joining the webinar to answer all your questions and your queries. Meanwhile, it's a request, if you can please share your number in the chat box and your health issues, so that we can take up the questions and later on get back to you about your health problems. Namaste. Thank you. Over to Anil ji.
So let's start. Neuro Musculoskeletal problem. We are talking about Neuro Musculoskeletal problem. आपके शरीर में हड्डियों का, मांसपेशियों का और नसों का जो गठजोड़ होता है, they actually create every movement in your body. आपके शरीर में वही movement create करना है. So I'll take one example and let's go ahead understanding why problem happens and what is the solution. मैं एक example से शुरू करूंगा और उसको लेके हम समझेंगे. So suppose what is the most common problem at this point of time? सबसे common problem क्या है आज के समय? Knee pain. Let's take knee pain as an example and understand what we are talking about. हम बात क्या कर रहे हैं उसके बारे में knee pain से start करते हैं, right? So some person who got an injury in one of the knees will get a knee problem in that leg. है कि नहीं? अगर एक knee injury किसी का हो जाता है तो वो उस घुटने में उसको परेशानी होगी. और a sports person who has somehow damaged one knee, एक अगर घुटने को किसी तरीके से एक स्पोर्ट्स के पर्सन ने, एक बंदे ने अगर डैमेज कर दिया है तो वहां पे प्रॉब्लम आएगी. बट दैट इज लोकलाइज्ड प्रॉब्लम. डज एवरीबडी हैज डैमेज देयर नीज? क्या सभी ने अपना नी डैमेज कर दिया? नो. People are still getting into problem. Then when you go to the doctor with your knee problem, जब आप एक डॉक्टर के पास जाते हैं अपने घुटने की प्रॉब्लम लेके, and the most common thing that you hear is degeneration in the joint. जो सबसे कॉमन चीज है, जो सबसे पहले डॉक्टर बोलता है वो तो आपके घुटने घिस गए हैं, isn't it? Degeneration. So the next thing can be degeneration. यानी कि आपके नी घुटने में जो कार्टिलेज था वो बन नहीं रहा, वो घिस रहा है, वो प्रॉपरली बन नहीं रहा, उसको बनना भी चाहिए था, रीजनरेशन भी होना चाहिए. रीजनरेशन इज ऑल्सो अ पार्ट ऑफ दिस ह्यूमन सिस्टम, बट रीजनरेशन इज नॉट हैपनिंग प्रॉपरली, डीजनरेशन इज हैपनिंग. दूसरा कारण हो गया, नाउ सम पर्सन गोज टू अ डॉक्टर विथ अ सोलोन नी, इन्फ्लेमेशन इन द नी, लालीपना है उसके घुटने में, इन्फ्लेमेशन है, सूजन है. The doctor will still say there is a localized problem at the knee. वो कहेगा एक्सरे करा लो, वो कहेगा जाके स्कैन करा लो, सीटी स्कैन करा लो, and he would try to see the problem there itself. वहीं पे वो प्रॉब्लम ढूंढने की कोशिश करेगा और सॉल्यूशन ढूंढने की कोशिश करेगा. But do you know why inflammation happen in your body? Why inflammation क्यों होता है? सूजन क्यों आ जाती है आपके जोड़ों पे? शायद आपका लिवर ठीक नहीं है. If your liver gets impacted, there will be inflammation in the body. If your digestion is not proper, there will be inflammation in the body. Third thing, if there is an increased uric acid in your body, your kidney is not functioning properly, then also there will be inflammation. So क्या इसका रीजन ढूंढा गया आपके लिए? Why this inflammation is happening? No. So even if you go for a liver test, liver will not show any sign of damage till it gets damaged to 95%. 95% जब तक लिवर का डैमेज नहीं होगा तब तक लिवर के टेस्ट में कुछ भी नहीं आने वाला. So your problem will remain undiagnosed. Usually these diagnoses are not done. तो इन्फ्लेमेशन क्यों है यहाँ पे आपके जॉइंट में प्रॉब्लम क्यों? बिकॉज देयर इज अ लिवर प्रॉब्लम, बिकॉज देयर इज अ किडनी प्रॉब्लम, बिकॉज देयर इज एन इशू विथ डाइजेशन. नाउ रचना जी सेड आफ्टर मेनोपॉज osteoporosis, osteoarthritis is very common. Yes. What does it mean also? आपका घुटनों का दर्द का रीजन क्या हो सकता है? हार्मोन imbalance, isn't it? Another reason is hormone imbalance. हार्मोन इंबैलेंस होगा तब भी आपके घुटने में दर्द आएगा, कमर में दर्द आएगा, लोअर बैक पेन एंड योर नी पेन कैन हैपन. सो व्हाट आर यू डूइंग टू बैलेंस योर हार्मोन्स? देयर इज नो वे, कोई तरीका नहीं है. नाउ इफ द ऑस्टियोपोरोसिस हैज हैपेंड, हड्डियां अगर ब्रिटल हो गई, कमजोर हो गई हैं, पोरस हो गई हैं, बहुत जल्दी टूटने की आशंका रहती है इसके अंदर. इफ दे हैव बिकम ब्रिटल बाय कैल्शियम, हाउ मेनी पीपल हैव कम आउट ऑफ ऑस्टियोपोरोसिस by taking calcium? Not even a single example. एक भी example नहीं है. Rather, do you know if you take long-term calcium, the chances of breast cancer will increase by 200%. So I'm just trying to tell you, don't see problem as a localized deficiency or disalignment or some kind of a breakdown at a localized position. The discrepancy at a localized position is not the only way to look at a problem. It can happen due to many reasons. So what we are talking about is there are 8 major factors, 8 कारण हैं because of which one problem happens, जिसकी वजह से एक problem आती है. So if you really want to come out of problem, then you will have to work upon these 8 factors. 8 कारणों पे काम करना पड़ेगा. This is Ashtaang Chikitsa. Now, in the last 50 years, पिछले 50 साल, 100 साल तक का आप ले जा सकते हैं. There is example for that. Nobody has come out of their issues. घुटने आज तक किसी के ठीक नहीं हुए ना. Nobody has come out of their knee problem. ज्यादा से ज्यादा to the extreme, what the doctor will say, do a knee replacement. अपने घुटने बदलवा लीजिए. So what does it mean? It cannot be treated. According to the modern treatment, it cannot be treated. ये ठीक हो ही नहीं सकता. So I would tell you to remember your grandfather, grandmother. अपने दादा दादी नाना नानी को याद करें जरा. क्या उनको इतनी एज में प्रॉब्लम थी? Did they have problem at this age? No. So why deterioration or the problem was not happening at that time to this scale? इस scale में उस समय प्रॉब्लम हो ही नहीं रही थी. आज क्यों हो रही है? Because the system has gone weak and we are not doing anything on this human body to strengthen it. इसको मजबूत करने के लिए, strong करने के लिए हम कोई काम नहीं कर रहे. So let's start Ashtaang Chikitsa. The first thing, when I'm talking about Sharira, the word Sharira means body and mind both. जब मैं आपको बोलूंगा शरीर, तो इसका मतलब body as well as mind. Because in कुंभक पद्धति, in कुंभक कलाचार और आयुर्वेद कलाचार, in yoga कलाचार, there is nothing called as mind separately. It's always sharira. Both body and mind complex is called as sharira. मैं एक एग्जांपल दूं आपको. Let's take example. Open your mouth and try to think. अपना मुंह खोलिए और सोचने की कोशिश कीजिए. Open your mouth and try to think. Oh, it becomes difficult. 50 किताबें पढ़ लीजिए, दिमाग को रोकने का कोई तरीका नहीं मिलेगा. And just a little bit, if you know how it works, ये काम कैसे करता है, अगर ये आपको मालूम चल गया तो एकदम से पकड़ लेते हैं. You just catch it then and there. तो मुंह खोल के आप सोच नहीं पा रहे. So is your action and your mind different? Is your body and mind different? No, it is not different. ये अलग नहीं. So your body and mind complex constantly strives to live. ये आपका शरीर हमेशा एक जद्दोजहद में रहता है जिंदा रहने के. हाँ या ना? So there is something called as प्रकृति, new cellular formation. नए नए सेल्स और टिश्यूज आपके शरीर में बनते हैं. And there is another aspect called vikriti. Lot of cells which has aged, they die. बहुत सारे ऐसे सेल्स और टिश्यू जो आपके शरीर में काम नहीं कर पा रहे ठीक से, वो खत्म हो जाते हैं. After a certain time period, certain age, they wear off. This is wearing off is called as vikriti and production is called as prakriti. Right? ये दो चीज हमेशा चल रही है. There has to be a balance of these two things, manufacturing and release. ये दो चीजें हमेशा बैलेंस में होना चाहिए. Now, I'm giving you another example. We will take examples so that you understand what I'm saying. बहुत सारे एग्जाम्पल लेंगे समझने के लिए कि हम क्या बोल रहे हैं. ये these are things you know already, but you are not paying attention to your body. आप ये चीज जानते ही हैं मगर वहां पे ध्यान नहीं जा रहा आपका. So when there is a polluted area, you enter a polluted area. एक बहुत ही प्रदूषित जगह पे आप जाते हैं. If you watch your breath, अगर अपनी सांसों को जरा ध्यान दे सांसों पे, what happens more, inhalation or exhalation? जरा सोचिए, प्लीज थिंक अबाउट इट, बिकॉज योर बॉडी इज द प्राइमरी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी. क्या करते हैं आप? ज्यादा इनहेल करते हैं, ज्यादा एक्सहेल करते हैं? ज्यादा सांस लेते हैं, छोड़ते हैं? ज्यादा छोड़ते हैं. आप लेना नहीं चाहते हो. योर बॉडी डजंट वांट टू. अगर धुआं कहीं भरा है तो आप देखेंगे आपकी सांस रुक जाती है. यू डोंट टेक इन, यू ट्राई टू एक्सहेल मोर. इफ यू गेट टायर्ड, अगर आप थक जाते हैं, व्हाट इज टायर्डनेस? थकना क्या हुआ? लॉट ऑफ टॉक्सिन्स इन द बॉडी, इजंट इट? What do? You do long exhalation. This is what you do. You do long exhalation, less inhalation. Now, for holidays, if you go to a hill station, अगर holiday के लिए आप hill station में गए, what happens more, inhalation or exhalation? If you observe, you inhale more. जब भी आपके शरीर में सही सिचुएशन मिलती है, if there is a right situation, your body wants to manufacture more, it inhales more. When there is a bad situation, your body wants to throw out more. आपका शरीर चीजें बाहर निकालना चाहता है, more exhalation. So how is your environment, nearby environment? आपने आसपास के वातावरण का क्या हाल किया है? आपने नहीं, मैं तो कहूंगा सभी ह्यूमैनिटी. I'm just talking about humanity. I'm just saying it in that way. हमने क्या किया? वातावरण का खराब कर दिया. डू यू थिंक योर बॉडी वांट्स टू इनहेल मोर और एक्सहेल मोर? इट वांट्स टू इनहेल लेस एंड एक्सहेल मोर. सो इज कंस्ट्रक्शन हैपनिंग मोर और डिस्ट्रक्शन हैपनिंग मोर? लॉट ऑफ डिस्ट्रक्शन, नो कंस्ट्रक्शन. सो आपके घुटने घिसेंगे कि नहीं घिसेंगे? बन तो रहे नहीं, आपने सिचुएशन नहीं छोड़ी. व्हाट काइंड ऑफ फूड यू आर ईटिंग? भोजन कैसा करना चाह रहे हैं? genetically modified food, isn't it? Your body doesn't want to take it. लेना नहीं चाहता, कभी कभी उल्टी कर देता है, बाहर निकाल देता है. Your body pukes it out also sometimes. वो बाहर निकालना चाहता है, it doesn't want to take in. So regeneration will happen more or degeneration will happen more? Degeneration will happen more and correlated with the situation. इसीलिए आपके joints घिस रहे हैं, उनमें दर्द आ रहा है. Regeneration नहीं हो रहा, नई चीजें नहीं बन रही, घिसे जा रहे हैं. So there is an imbalance of prakriti and vikriti. इसका बैलेंस होना चाहिए था मगर ये बैलेंस नहीं हो पा रहा है. So ये दो का अगर आप बैलेंस नहीं बनाएंगे, there is no chance of recovery. So what are you doing to create a balance of these two things? You are not doing anything. तो अपना ट्रीटमेंट करेंगे नहीं तो होगा कैसे? First of all, so this is the first thing that we need to get to, a balance of prakriti and vikriti, a balance of regeneration and degeneration, and there is a method to do it. इसका एक तरीका है करने का. अगर आप अपने आप को बचाना चाहते हैं, what do you do? Somebody is hitting you, कोई आपको मार रहा है, you feel damage ना, you think there will be a damage. What do? क्या करते हैं आप? सांस रोक के टाइट कर लेते हैं अपने आप को. You hold your breath and tense your body, isn't it? Yes or no? आप जानते हैं इस बात को, ऐसा नहीं है. Whatever I am saying, you know it already. तो आप सांस रोक के बचाते हैं ना. अगर हॉरर मूवी देख रहे हैं, if you are watching a horror movie, there are certain scenes that you don't want to watch. देखना नहीं चाहते ना, हाथ रख लेते हैं आंखों पे. एक बच्चे को देखो, see a kid, the kid will close the eyes. So you hold your senses also to protect yourself. अपने आप को बचाने के लिए अपनी दृष्टि को, कहीं पे खराब स्मेल आया तो आप रोक लेते हैं ना सांस. You hold your breath. If there is a bad sound, you close your ears. आप नहीं सुनना चाहते इसको. You hold your senses. So holding your breath, holding your senses is called as kumbhak. इसको नाम दे रहे हैं हम. So it is not just breath hold, it is the hold of senses also. आपकी पंच तन्मात्राएं जो है, शब्द, स्पर्श, रूप, रस, गंध, all the 5 senses. You hold the senses to protect yourself. So there is a way of creating more prakriti and balance out the vikriti. You can't stop vikriti. देखिए आप degeneration stop नहीं कर सकते. This is a natural process of life. You will age, but you must age gracefully. ठीक है, तो how to balance vikriti? There is a method to balance vikriti. Ashtaang Chikitsa will give you that method to enhance prakriti and balance the vikriti. So then, next thing, when there is a regeneration, कोई नई चीज पैदा हो रही है, so it will expand, isn't it? वो फैलेगा. एक शिशु इतना छोटा सा पैदा होता है. There is a little infant which gets born, and then the infant expands, isn't it? This expansion factor is called as samkhya. The real word for expansion is samkhya or proportionate expansion. This is called as proportionate expansion. सही तरीके से संतुलित विस्तार, इसको क्या कहेंगे? संतुलित विस्तार. Suppose your one hand becomes long, the other hand remains short. एक हाथ लंबा हो गया, एक हाथ छोटा रह गया. Will you get joint problem in one of the shoulders? आपको एक शोल्डर में joint problem आएगी ना? So if you have one leg a little longer than the other leg, एक पांव ज्यादा लंबा है, दूसरा पांव थोड़ा छोटा है, so you'll get knee pain in one leg. आपके एक पांव में knee pain होगा. You'll get hip pain at one side of the hip. If your body is not aligned, the right side and the left side is not aligned, you will get a problem. Neuro Musculoskeletal problem. अगर आपकी एक muscles खिंच गए because of uneven expansion, skin ढीली हो जाती है ना, skin becomes flabby when there is an uneven expansion. You get stretch marks, isn't it? You know what is stretch mark? You get stretch mark because there is an uneven expansion. असंतुलित विस्तार अगर होता है तो भी आपकी बॉडी में प्रॉब्लम आ सकती है. At muscles, at joints. आपकी मांसपेशियों में प्रॉब्लम आ सकती है, मांसपेशियां फट सकती है, आपके जॉइंट में प्रॉब्लम आ सकती है ना? वहां पे so disalignment, if you see at this point of time, most of the people do not even walk straight. The way we are sitting, the way we are living our life, we don't even sit straight. कितने लोग सीधा बैठते हैं? You always take a backrest, isn't it? So there is always, there will be, if you don't use your body proportionately, there will be disalignment. और आपकी joint problem disalignment की वजह से भी हो सकती है. There are three basic disalignment that happens in the body. 3 basic disalignment है. Nabhi, your navel can get disaligned. We call it dharan. Your chest can get disaligned. आपकी छाती disaligned हो सकती है. That part is called as kaudi. And your legs can get disaligned. आपके जांघें disaligned हो सकती है. That is called as nale in the local terminology. Nabhi, kaudi, nale. Now, if your nabhi, if your navel get disaligned, you'll get into digestive issue, metabolic issue. आजकल diabetes बहुत हो रहा ना? आजकल diabetes बहुत हो रहा. Do you know one of the reason of diabetes is disalignment of the navel? But nobody is correcting it. If you have asthma or allergies, respiratory disease, corona is also a respiratory thing. People's respiratory capacity is going down because of the disalignment of kaudi or the chest factor, and the disalignment of the thighs or the legs will get you into hip problem, knee problem, ankle problem, sciatica, those kind of things. So what are you doing to balance it? आप क्या कर रहे हैं इसको बैलेंस करने के लिए? तो एक काम करें, लेट्स सी हाउ डू वी बैलेंस. हम बैलेंस कैसे करते हैं देखें जरा. अपने दाएं हाथ को पकड़ लें, होल्ड योर राइट हैंड ओवर द टॉप एंड ट्राई टू पुल इट. खींचने की कोशिश करें. जस्ट पुल ऑन द लेफ्ट साइड. बाईं तरफ खींचने की कोशिश करें. व्हेन यू पुल, व्हाट यू डू? ये जोर लगाने के लिए आप क्या करते हैं? यू होल्ड योर ब्रेथ. यस और नो? सांस रोकी आपने? Even if you have to align yourself, what is the basic key? वो कुंजी क्या है? वो चाबी क्या है? It is kumbhak. It is holding your breath. So if you use breath hold in a particular manner, you can align the whole body. That is what we teach in Ashtaang Chikitsa, how to align your body. And once your body is aligned, you will feel very light. आपको हल्का महसूस होगा. You lose excess of weight. जो भी आपके शरीर में बचाने के लिए शरीर ने कुछ भी किया है वो आपका ठीक हो जाएगा. So Sankhya Sharir, this is the second factor. Now again, if you have to align or Sankhya, if you have to correct the Sankhya, you have to use Kumbhak. Now let's go to the third part, Pramana. Now one more thing in Sankhya, what I want to actually tell you that there is a way of doing a movement and holding the breath. अगर आपको तरीका पता है ना, how to align, how you want to align your navel, how you want to align, how you can align your chest, अगर ये तरीका पता है ना, then only you will be able to align. So it needs a little commitment. एक थोड़ा committed atmosphere चाहिए होता है उसके लिए. That is why we teach it in the class. हम क्लास में सिखाते हैं. Now the fourth aspect, pramana sharira, prakriti, vikriti, sankhya, pramana. चौथे पे आ गए हम. Pramana means density. इसका मतलब होता है density, गुरुत्व, भार. Density, इसी को धातु भी कहते हैं. We call it धातु. There are different types of tissue in your body, isn't it? आपके शरीर में अलग अलग तरीके के कोशिकाएं हैं. Like bone is very much dense. हड्डी जो है वो बहुत भारी होती है. Your muscles is less denser than your bone. आपकी जो मांसपेशियां हैं वो उससे कम घनत्व है उसमें. और आपके फैट में एडिपोज टिश्यू जिसे कहते हैं, योर फैट मसल, वो योर फैट टिश्यू और एडिपोज टिश्यू इज वेरी लाइट कंपेयर टू द मसल्स एंड बोन्स. जिनके शरीर में मसल ज्यादा होगा उनका वेट ज्यादा होता है. पीपल हु हैव डेंसर बोन्स एंड मसल्स, देयर वेट इज हाई इवन दो दे आर लीन. वो पतले होने के बाद भी उनका भार ज्यादा होता है. So there are different kinds of tissues. This is called as sapta dhatu. 7 different density tissue की है आपके शरीर में. There are 7 different densities, tissue of different densities. Rasa, Rakta, Mansa, Med, Asthi, Majja, Shukra. These are 7 densities. ये अलग अलग भार के tissues हैं. If the densities becomes less, if you lose the density, your organ functioning will not happen properly. आपके अंदर जितने भी organs हैं, heart, liver, lungs, kidney, ये जितने भी organs हैं ना, इनको काम करने के लिए there is a density required. So we are losing on the density of our organ. हमारी organ weak हो रही है. What is diabetes? Your pancreas is not functioning properly. Your liver is not functioning properly. What is hypothyroidism? Your thyroid gland is not functioning properly. है ना? It has also a relation with liver. What is kidney disease? Your kidney is not functioning properly. Organ damage आजकल ज्यादा है. You will see more chronic disease are there. है ना? Organ से related disease. So how do you correct your organ? Suppose there is a joint pain due to liver dysfunction. Liver के कारण आपके शरीर में joint pain है, inflammation. So you will have to correct the liver. आपको liver ठीक करना पड़ेगा. Is there a medicine to correct liver? No, there is no medicine to rejuvenate your organ. आज तक कोई दवाई नहीं बनी है आपके हार्ट को ठीक करने के लिए, आपके किडनी को ठीक करने के लिए, आपके लिवर को ठीक करने के लिए, आपके पैनक्रियास को ठीक करने के लिए, आपके लंग्स को. There is no medicine. There cannot be a medicine. दवाई हो ही नहीं सकती है. So you will have to work internally. आपको अंदर काम करना पड़ेगा. अंदर आप काम कैसे कर सकते हैं? बाहर तो कर सकते हैं. You can do exercise, you can do weight training, isn't it? But people into sports and weight training and exercise, they also get diabetes, they also get heart attack. 40-40 साल के जवान जो है वो बॉडी बिल्डर्स, वो हार्ट अटैक आ रहा है. एक्सरसाइज कैन नॉट रिजुविनेट योर ऑर्गन. एक्सरसाइज से आपका हार्ट स्ट्रांग नहीं होने वाला. सो हाउ विल इट हैपन? ये होगा कैसे? शुड वी डू ए लिटिल एक्सपेरिमेंट? एक एक्सपेरिमेंट करें. नाउ कीप योर लेफ्ट पाम लाइक दिस. अपने बाएं हथेली को ऐसा रखें, दाएं मुट्ठी बांध ले दाएं हाथ से. मेक अ फिस्ट फ्रॉम द राइट हैंड. कीप योर लेफ्ट पाम लाइक दिस एंड ट्राई टू पुश योर लेफ्ट पाम वेरी हार्ड. जोर से धक्का दीजिए अपने बाएं हथेली को. पुश कीजिए, जोर से पुश कीजिए. हाउ डू यू क्रिएट दिस स्ट्रेंथ ऑफ पुशिंग? ये जो शक्ति आप क्रिएट कर रहे हैं, जो स्ट्रेंथ पैदा कर रहे हैं धक्का देने का, कैसे कर रहे हैं? यू आर होल्डिंग योर ब्रेथ. यू आर होल्डिंग योर ब्रेथ बिहाइंड. करके देखिए दोबारा. अगेन डू इट अगेन. सी, पुश इट हार्ड. यू होल्ड योर ब्रेथ. सांस रोकते हैं आप, बट सांस रोक के बाय होल्डिंग द ब्रेथ, वेयर आर यू क्रिएटिंग द ट्रिगर? वो ट्रिगर कहां, वो एफर्ट कहां क्रिएट कर रहे हैं? यहां पे कर रहे हैं एफर्ट, बाहर कर रहे हैं, एक्सटर्नल एफर्ट डाल रहे हैं ना. यू आर मेकिंग एन एक्सटर्नल एफर्ट. बाय होल्डिंग योर ब्रेथ यू आर मेकिंग एन एक्सटर्नल एफर्ट. सो व्हेन यू लिफ्ट समथिंग, तो ये भार आप उठाते हैं. सो हाउ डू यू लिफ्ट वेट? वेट कैसे लिफ्ट करते हैं? यू होल्ड योर ब्रेथ. यू कांट लिफ्ट वेट विदाउट होल्डिंग योर ब्रेथ. You hold your breath and when you lift weight with the right hand, suppose कीजिए आप दाएं हाथ से वेट उठा रहे हैं, the trigger goes to the right hand muscles. दाएं हाथ के मसल में ट्रिगर चला जाता है and this becomes strong. Your right hand muscle grows. ऐसा ही होता है ना, बॉडी बिल्डिंग ऐसे ही होता है ना. This is how weight training and bodybuilding happens, isn't it? So by holding the breath you are creating an external trigger. Now very important part of this webinar. You hold your breath and do not move your body. What will happen? आप सांस रोक लें, अपने शरीर को बिल्कुल ना हिलाएं. क्या होगा? What will happen? You are not creating an external trigger. अब बाहरी दिशा नहीं दे रहे हैं, तो कहां जाएगा ये? डायरेक्शन कहां जाएगा? Internally, your heart rate will increase. आपके हार्ट बीट से हो जाएगी ना, गर्मी लगने लग जाएगी शरीर. You start sweating after some time. पसीना आ जाएगा. Where did the trigger go? Inside. So by breath hold you can create an internal trigger. Can you direct it towards your heart, towards your liver, towards your kidney, towards your thyroid, towards the other organ and make it strong? इसके अलावा कोई चारा नहीं है. देख लीजिए. How you made one hand more stronger than the other? एक हाथ कैसे आपका ज्यादा ताकतवर हो गया दूसरे से? Because you worked with that hand more, isn't it? आपने उस हाथ से ज्यादा काम किया. And how did you work? Breath hold and direction. Breath hold and direction. That hand became strong. So if you do breath hold and direction inside, that organ will become strong. This is the only way. There is no other way. So how you can rejuvenate your liver? How you can make your liver strong? How you can make your heart strong? By us creating a specific direction. This is Kumbhak therapy, which is a part of Ashtaang Chikitsa. So how do you correct the pramana sharira or the organ body? By creating an internal trigger. ठीक है? तो और दूसरा तरीका, there is no medicine for that. कोई दवाई नहीं है उसके लिए. And there cannot be a medicine. कोई दवाई बन नहीं सकती. So at this point of time, everybody's organ is getting weak. Not even people like you. For youngsters also, छोटे बच्चों के भी organ weak हो रहे हैं. इस वक्त ये जरूरी है कि अंदरूनी काम किया जाए. It is important to work inside and rejuvenate your organ, make your organ strong. Now let's come to the other part, which is marma. Your organ, muscles, bones, they all work together, isn't it? आपका heart, आपके muscles, your nervous system, muscles, bones, they all work together. If you take out heart, you will not be able to move. You will not be able to live. If you take out liver, you will not be able to live. So they all work together. So there are junctions. ऐसी जगह है जहां पे की movement होती है. There are junctions. Muscle and nerve junction. Muscle and bone junction. Two bones and there is a junction. ऐसा ही है ना? दो हड्डियों के बीच में एक जोड़ है. Organ, आपकी आंतों के बीच में. Lungs, organs and the external body is connected. ये सब जुड़ी हुई हैं कहीं ना कहीं जुड़ी हुई. ये जो junction point है, this junction point of the various organs is called as marma. If this junction point is okay, lubricated and flexible, you can perform better. अगर ये जंक्शन पॉइंट ठीक से काम कर रहे हैं, ठीक से मूवमेंट कर रहे हैं, तो आपका शारीरिक मूवमेंट ठीक से होगा. Your organ function will happen properly. So these are called murmurs. So murmur needs a constant rejuvenation. इनको कॉन्स्टेंटली एक तरीके से मूवमेंट देना पड़ता है. टू कीप इट फाइन, वी नीड टू एक्चुअली कीप make them move in a particular way constantly. For example, I'm giving you another example. If your murmurs are not functioning properly, there are two kinds of circulatory movement in your body. आपके शरीर में दो तरीके का मूवमेंट का, ब्लड सर्कुलेशन एंड लिम्फ सर्कुलेशन. ऐसे मान के चलिए, जस्ट थिंक अबाउट इट, देयर आर टिश्यूज एंड सेल्स. आपकी कोशिकाएं हैं. द वेस्ट प्रोडक्ट गेट्स थ्रोन आउट ऑफ देयर वॉल्स. वो अपने बाहर अपना वेस्ट छोड़ देते हैं. And by movement of tissues and cells, these waste product comes to a certain place called joints or lymph node. अंग्रेजी में उनको lymph node कहते हैं. All your joints are lymph node. आप ऐसे कटकाते हैं तो आवाज आती है ना. If you just tense the joints, there will be a sound. टक से आवाज आएगी ना. क्या हुआ? Gases release हुई. There is a release of gases and toxins. So it only happens through movement. वो बिना मूवमेंट के नहीं होगा. ब्लड सर्कुलेशन कैन हैपन विदाउट मूवमेंट बिकॉज देयर इज अ पंपिंग ऑर्गन. एक हार्ट है जो ब्लड सर्कुलेशन करवा रहा है. लिम्फ का कोई सर्कुलेशन नहीं करवा रहा. इट विल ओनली हैपन बाय मूवमेंट ऑफ द बॉडी. So if you move the body in a particular way, these toxins, they go out of the body. There is a constant rejuvenation of cells. Internal environment साफ बनेगा आपका, तभी there will be प्रकृति, न्यू सेल्यूलर फॉर्म, बेटर सेल्यूलर फॉर्मेशन. अगर वो एनवायरमेंट ठीक नहीं होगा तो रॉन्ग सेल्यूलर फॉर्मेशन कॉल्ड, एंड दिस इज कॉल्ड एज कैंसर. गलत सेल बनते हैं तो कैंसर कहते हैं ना उसी को. सो बिकॉज ऑफ एन इंटरनल एनवायरमेंट, कैंसर हैपेंस बिकॉज ऑफ अ कैंसरस एनवायरमेंट. और उसके लिए इफ यू वांट टू कम आउट ऑफ दैट, देन देयर शुड बी कांस्टेंट रिजुविनेशन ऑफ मर्म. तो इसमें हम मर्म, अष्टांग चिकित्सा में, there is a part in Ashtang Chikitsa, there is a part called as Anganyasa and Marma Vinyasa, which actually works upon, there is a particular movement in a particular way with a particular kind of breathing. It's a part of Ashtang Chikitsa. Now go a little further. Now everything is ready for functioning. Now tissues, organ, joint, marma, सब कुछ तैयार हो गया. Now you function, you live your life, you do movement, you do function. काम होता है ना. तो फंक्शन, देयर आर थ्री थिंग्स व्हिच आर अटैच्ड टू फंक्शन. तीन चीजें हैं फंक्शन के साथ में जुड़ी: मटेरियल, एनर्जी एंड मूवमेंट. फंक्शन मींस थ्री थिंग्स: मटेरियल, एनर्जी एंड डायनामिज्म. इसी को कहते हैं कफ, पित्त, वात. दिस यू मस्ट हैव हर्ड ऑफ. आजकल तो बहुत सारी यूनिवर्सिटी चलती है, व्हाट्सएप यूनिवर्सिटी, फेसबुक यूनिवर्सिटी, यूट्यूब यूनिवर्सिटी. So everybody is educated. You know, at least you must have heard of these words called Vata, Pitta, Kapha. Most of the people do not know what it is. They try to make an idea. But material, energy and dynamism, Kapha, Pitta, Vata. Most of the problem is attributed to dynamism. वात दोष ज्यादातर प्रॉब्लम के साथ में जुड़ा हुआ है. सो व्हाट इज योर जॉइंट प्रॉब्लम? व्हाट इज इट कॉल्ड एज? वात दोष. राइट? मूवमेंट को आप कंट्रोल कैसे करते हैं? व्हाट इज वात? मूवमेंट. वात ऑल्सो क्रिएट्स पेन. सो मूवमेंट, हाउ डू यू कंट्रोल मूवमेंट? इफ यू वांट टू मूव योर हैंड, हाउ डू यू कंट्रोल द मूवमेंट? अगर आप ऐसे ऐसे तेजी से हाथ हिलाए, देखिए पीछे, अपने पीछे देखिए. हाउ डू यू कंट्रोल दिस मूवमेंट? बाय होल्डिंग योर ब्रेथ इन अ पर्टिकुलर मैनर. अपनी सांसों को एक तरीके से चलाते हैं इसके लिए. यस और नो? यू कंट्रोल योर मूवमेंट बाय होल्डिंग योर ब्रेथ. विदाउट होल्डिंग योर ब्रेथ यू कैन नॉट कंट्रोल योर मूवमेंट. तो वात दोष से बाहर आना है तो क्या करना पड़ेगा? If you want to come out of Vata dosh, what you need to do is control your movement. कुंभक करना पड़ेगा कि नहीं करना पड़ेगा? There is no other way. If you apply joint pain relief sprays, or some gel, उससे क्या होगा? Temporary, you'll get a joint pain relief. Temporary, it will temporary. क्या आपका घुटना ठीक हो जाएगा? No, it will not happen. So if you want to really have a control over the movement of your body, over your life, then you must practice kumbhak. कोई और चारा है नहीं. So dosha sharir ko, if you want to correct the dosha imbalances in your body, the most potent way is kumbhak. Other ways are also available, but they are less potent. There are medicines, all the herbs, Ayurvedic herbs, they do vata pitta kapha balance, but to a certain extent. केवल एक extent तक ही कर सकते हैं. They can be a little help, but they cannot be cure, rejuvenation. If you do kumbhak for 3 years, you will become 10 years younger. This is called as rejuvenation. So neuro problem, usually कहते हैं neuro problem. Somebody was talking about so what people were talking about, spondylitis and what else? Neuro problem. Now something called as drop foot, neuropathy, है ना? ये चीज आपने सुना होगा. You must have heard of these things. So neuropathy happens on, you don't have a control. Parkinson, again a neuro problem. Huh? There is neuro degeneration, degenerative disease, which the doctor will say it doesn't become fine. It doesn't. No, there is no solution for that. There are sometimes autoimmune disorder of nervous origin, for which there is no solution. कोई solution है ही नहीं. So I'll tell you some examples. मैं आपको कुछ example बताता हूँ. So there was a person who was suffering from paralysis. एक 64-65-year-old professor of Delhi University or some associate Delhi University का कोई college है उसमें. So he suffered a paralytic stroke and lost sensation in one part of the body. He started doing kumbhak. In 3 months' time, he regained the sensation by almost 95% on that part. Now another example. There was a marathon. There is a marathon runner. She's a lady, a lady marathon runner. She started developing drop foot, uncontrolled legs. She couldn't control her legs. Suddenly, uska marathon सब बंद हो गया. She was almost like stuck at one place. She started doing kumbhak. And after 4 to 5 months, she reported, I am preparing for next marathon. So there was a person who was suffering from myasthenia gravis, where the muscles are not in control. आंखें पड़कती रहती हैं, muscles हिलते रहते हैं. They are in always fluctuating mode. He started kumbhak, and in 3 months' time, he reported that it's gone maximum, like it's gone about 80 to 85% it's gone. Another person who was not able to speak for more than 2-3 words, he was not able to speak. Uska voice box related issue tha. It is also a neuro origin. So he started kumbhak. In 4 to 5 months time, he said, I can talk for long now. मैं काफी समय तक अब बोल सकता हूं जो पहले नहीं बोल सकता. So these are examples of people who have done kumbhak and they have come out of the problem of neuro origin. I'm talking about problems you're talking like Parkinson, paralysis, and neuropathy. You can actually revive. Your whole nervous system can revive. Let's get to the second last part, or the 7th Sharira. It is called as Garbha Sharira. Garbha means a quality. The Sanskrit word Garbha means a quality of environment, an environmental quality. So Garbha fundamentally is called as quality, and the quality can be created by something called as samskara. Samskara is a way of creating quality. So Garbha means quality. Garbha quality or genetics are correlated. I'm talking about genetics. When you say Garbha Sharira, it is your genetics. Your genetics is responsible for your personality, for the quality of your body, how much your body has potential in what direction, in what vertical. It is your genetics, isn't it? This is called as Garbha Sharira. The Garbha Sharira gives you the genetics. Can you correct your genetics? It has also some relation with what you call as karma. When we say samskara, it is called as related to what you have done. So your genetics is also what you have done. Your genetics is also what you have done. So can you correct your genetics? Yes, 99% of your genetics can be changed. Now, the modern research says 99% of the total genetical quality is epigenetics, changeable genetics, variable genetics. You can actually change your genetics. So earlier theory of genetics cannot be changed is now being busted. So now you can change your genetics also. If the doctor says, oh, you have a problem because of your genetics, then tell the doctor, please change my genetics, because modern research says genetics can be changed. But they are thinking of stem cells, which is not the right way to approach genetics. I am telling you, Kumbhak is a way to change genetics. When you do Kumbhak, you are actually applying epigenetic triggers inside the body, which will change your genetics. And that's why people into diabetes, they drop their medicine. People of who have blood pressure issues, they don't need a medicine to control their blood pressure. Whatever genetics you say or what is being said in the world today can be changed. But you have to do certain things in a certain way. Only then it will happen. The last part is Shrishti Sharira. Eighth Sharira is Shrishti Sharira. Shrishti means what? In which you are sunk. Like Shrishti for a fish is the sea. एक मछली के लिए समुद्र सृष्टि है. So the water around her is सृष्टि for her. So for human being, the cosmos, ये ब्रह्मांड is सृष्टि. So it applies lot of forces. Na? What is environment? What is universe? Lot of forces acting. Na? You walk on earth in the force which is called as gravity. Gravity pulls you down constantly. Within this gravity, you walk. So you make an effort against gravity and then you walk. There is a very high environment or the pressure of this atmosphere. Atmosphere का pressure है ना आपके ऊपर. उसके बावजूद भी आप move करते हैं, चलते हैं, सब कुछ करते हैं. You do everything. So this is Srishti. The forces of environment is Srishti. Now I am bringing up something very, very unique and important. Now suppose gravity pulls you down. You know this, gravity pulls you down. Why do you grow tall? ग्रेविटी तो आपको नीचे खींचता है ना, गुरुत्वाकर्षण आपको नीचे खींचता है. आप लंबे क्यों हो जाते हैं? एक पेड़ ऊपर क्यों उग जाता है? Why a tree grows up? Why a bird flies? Because you must be applying a force opposite to gravity. Yes or no? आप जोर लगा रहे होंगे ग्रेविटी के विरुद्ध. आप जानते भी नहीं हैं. You don't even know, notice. But you are applying a force opposite to gravity. Suppose कीजिए आपके अंदर this force becomes weak inside you. Gravity के opposite force लगाना कमजोर हो गया. आपको कैसा फील होगा? How will you feel in your body and mind? You'll feel heavy, pulled by gravity. आप उठा नहीं पाएंगे ना, हल्का महसूस नहीं कर पाएंगे. Will not feel light. How will you feel? Heavy. ऊपर नहीं उठा पाएंगे तो नीचे heavy feel करेंगे. Where will the heaviness impact? ये heaviness कहां असर करेगा आपके? Joint पे? It will impact the joint? Yes or no? This heaviness is called as stress. S-T-R-E-S-S. You talk about stress, but आपको मालूम नहीं है stress क्या है. You think situation creates stress. No. Put 10 people in the same situation. 5 will get stressed, 5 will not. It is not the situation. It is your inability to handle a situation creates stress. आपकी क्षमता नहीं है अगर किसी सिचुएशन को हैंडल करने की, तब आपको उसमें स्ट्रेस होगा. So are you doing anything to increase your capability and the capacity to handle situation? No, you are not doing it. So I talked about one force. एक फोर्स के बारे में बात किया. The upward force is called उदाना. In कुंभक कलाचार, in कुंभक विज्ञान, we call it उदाना. इसको हम उदान ही कहते हैं. Have you heard of this word उड़ान? उड़ान सुना है नाम आपने? उड़ना, उड़ान. This has come from the root udana. That means opposite to gravity force. There are 84 forces which you are struggling every moment from through. 84 अलग-अलग forces में आप काम करते हैं. Your organ function according to these forces. So which force has gone weak in you because of which you have got into one problem? आपके अंदर कौन सा force weak हो गया जिसकी वजह से आप problem में आ गए? That is what we diagnose in prana shakti diagnosis. यही प्राण शक्ति diagnosis है. We find out the force which has become weak in you, and because of that you have got into one problem and then another and then another and then another. This is the root cause. So we do prana shakti diagnosis. And in the 9 weeks, you learn the basic module and you get an extra class where the whole module get customized according to your system. 9 हफ्ते तक आप एक module सीखते हैं. There are 3 things in that module which actually takes care of all these 8 aspects. ये 8 चीजों का वो ध्यान रखता है. 3 चीजें हैं. The first one is called as Anganyasa. The second one is called as Hatha Vinyasa. The third one is called as Kumbhak therapy. So in 9 weeks, you learn this module of 3 steps, and then you get an extra class of customization where we diagnose you and customize the whole module according to your system and problem. This is Ashtaang Chikitsa. So it takes care of all the Sharira. Sharira means body and mind complex. Prakriti, Vikriti, Sankhya, Pramana, Marma, Dosha, Garbha, Srishti. And it's a cycle. It's a cycle. So if you work upon the body, see, you will never get a magic pill. If you wait for eternity, you'll not get a magic pill. कोई ये magic दवाई नहीं बन सकती शरीर के लिए. Why? Because this body is first of all not designed for chemical medicine. Is your body designed for chemical medicine? No, your body is not designed for chemical medicine. जब आप एक पेट्रोल की गाड़ी लेते हैं तो डीजल डालते हैं उसमें. Would you put diesel into a petrol vehicle? No, never. Common sense, it is designed for petrol. So when your body is not designed for chemical medicine, where does this common sense go? ये common sense कहां चला जाता है इस समय जब हम अपने शरीर को इस्तेमाल करते हैं? That is why more medicine, more disease in the last 50 years. Enough example, isn't it? So you must work upon this. Body is magical. Let me give you this guarantee. ये शरीर बहुत मैजिकल है. ये ठीक करता है अपने आप को. This is the only gadget which is self-corrective or it corrects itself. ये खुद को ठीक करता है. आप मौका दें इसको. You empower your system and you'll see magic happening in your life. So it is important. Wherever you invest your time, money, focus, that thing grows. आपने दवाइयों पे इन्वेस्ट किया पिछले 50 सालों में, कितनी बढ़ गई? वो आपको रूल करने लग गए. आप हेल्थ पे इन्वेस्ट कीजिए. जस्ट इन्वेस्ट इन हेल्थ एंड you'll see your health will improve. Not only your health, the health of next generation will improve. So it is our responsibility that we focus on this beautiful system that we have been given or gifted with and transform our lives, make our lives better. So I'll stop here. यहाँ पे मैं रुकूंगा. हाँ? So the team will take you forward. Team आपको आगे बताएंगे.
Thank you so much for listening to Swami Rajvibhu patiently. I think थोड़ा आप लोगों को मालूम चला होगा कि कैसे हम अपने शरीर को खुद से ठीक कर सकते हैं अगर हम दृढ़ता से ये सोच लें और मान लें कि हम अपने शरीर के ऊपर काम करने को तैयार हैं. So if I have your permission, I would like to share videos of some participants about their journey in Ashtaang Chikitsa and how they have benefited by it. तो क्या मुझे आपकी परमिशन है? Please write in the chat box so that I can share the screen without much delay. Okay. So just give me 2 minutes. I'll share my screen. Anilji, are you able to see the screen?
Yes.
Okay. So this is the video testimonial of Avtar ji, who was our participant and a pass out of Ashtaang Chikitsa, if I can put it that way. So please hear from his mouth. This is happening in class where he had given his feedback.
But one thing I would like to tell Swami ji,
हाँ
for last 3 days, मुझे लग रहा है कितने दिन हो गए मुझे याद नहीं है, लेकिन मुझे लगता है मेरा 5वां या 6वां हफ्ता होगा, and I am doing it very religiously, and for last 3 days I am observing major change in energy level, change in energy level, and घुटने में भी जो बिल्कुल मोड़ नहीं पा रहे थे, I can say more than 70% जो है वो एनर्जी लेवल घुटने में आ गया है. मैंने फिजियोथेरेपी छोड़ दी है. So I just wanted to convey this to all my classmate members that this is what the changes I am observing. But I was doing it 21. So जब हमारा कस्टमाइज हो जाएगा तो उसके बाद we will be doing it. But one thing I would like.
Okay, this is from Ankit Devidan. He was suffering from ankylosing spondylitis. So here in his own words.
Hello everyone, I am Ankit from Odisha. I would like to say something about myself and my health condition. I have been suffering from ankylosing spondylitis since last 2 years. But luckily I came across Avisa Healing Center. There I know how to treat myself internally and make me fit internally. After 1.5 months of classes, I am feeling much more better now. And the most important thing is I've left my medicines completely, and now I'm feeling much more better, much more energetic, and thanks to Avisa Healing Center. Thank you.
So would you all like to hear some more testimonials, or would you like the course details? Please write in the chat box. If you want some more testimonials, I can share. Otherwise, we'll go ahead with the course details. Okay, so we'll go ahead with the course details. Anilji, over to you for the course details.
Yeah, thank you. Just give me a second. Rajvibhu, can you see my screen?
Yes, I can see your screen.
Okay. So let's get the details very quickly so that we can start the question answer session with Swamiji. The total program consists of 3 modules. Each module is of 21 days duration. पूरे प्रोग्राम का जो ड्यूरेशन है वो 63 दिन का है. द टोटल ड्यूरेशन इज 63 डेज और इसमें 3 मॉड्यूल्स है, मॉड्यूल 1, मॉड्यूल 2 और मॉड्यूल 3. ड्यूरेशन ऑल्दो 9 वीक्स का है, बट क्योंकि इसमें कस्टमाइज्ड क्लासेस भी हैं तो दैट्स व्हाई वी रिटन 10 वीक्स हियर. Every week you will get 2 live classes. One will be the learning class and one will be the mentoring class. In the mentoring class, the mentors will observe you on your camera so that they can give feedback as to if you're doing the exercises or the kriyas correctly or not. And after the class, you'll get special login ID and password where the main videos are stored. So even if you miss any class, you can still watch the video, or if you want to watch again, so there'll be the videos available for you in the course dashboard. And there'll be written instructions also, which you can download, take a printout, and refer to do your daily kriyas. What are the next steps? The fee has to be paid first. After that, you'll get an enrollment form in which you fill your details, and then you join the module 1. After that, you'll be doing module 2 and module 3. Total classes in module 1, there are 6 classes, out of which 3 are learning and 3 are mentoring classes. And same goes for module 2, module 3. So overall, there'll be 18 classes, and plus there'll be 2 customization classes. So engagement is for 10 weeks. Class start date for the 54th batch. From this Monday, we'll be starting our 54th batch. And the day is Monday, 24th January at 6:30 p.m. After the module 1 is completed, you'll go to the module 2, which starts on 15th February. And then on 9th March, the module 3rd starts. But ultimately, you'll be completing all the 3 modules one by one. For mentor classes or the practice classes, for module 1, these classes are conducted on Thursdays, same time at 6:30 p.m. For module 2, the classes will be on Fridays, and module 3, the mentoring classes will be on Saturdays. How is the class experience like? These are all live sessions. The mentors watch all the participants to give the exact feedback as to how they are doing. And if they need correction, they are corrected there and then. See, then the written instructions are there, English and Hindi, and then you get recordings also for referring later on. Extra, there will be a lot of extra things that you'll be learning. There'll be mental practices, there'll be unique diet perspective. Mind you, this is not a diet plan, this is a diet perspective. Swamiji gives you a lot of information about what to eat, in what season to eat, why to eat. There are no diet plans because everybody's style and everybody's lifestyle, everybody's body is different. So you cannot have one diet plan for all, but you get the basics of how the food should be. Then you get simple detox processes, and there are a lot of knowledge which is shared inside the classes apart from the kriyas and the movements. Now, before I come to the total fee of the course, I'd just like to take your attention to the kind of money that we could be spending or you could be spending in just managing your problem, managing your disease. There's a reason to share this so that we know what we are, where we are at, how much we are spending, and how much the cost can be, how low the cost can be to take you out of your neuromusculoskeletal problems, and that for a long term. Now, doctor fees can vary from 6,000 to 12,000. I'm talking about yearly fee that we could be paying to the doctors. Physiotherapy could range from 20,000 to 30,000. Medicines could range from 15,000 to 30,000. These are just averages depending on the city you live in and the place you live in. So total, we could be spending anywhere between 33,000 to 72,000 per year just to maintain the disease. And then we all know about how allopathy medicines affect us negatively. So now we'll come to the program fee for Ashtaang Chikitsa. The program fee is total 9,500 for the complete 10 weeks of engagement. That 9 weeks is the main program, and then you get customized classes in the 10th week. What all you get? In these 10 weeks, there'll be 20 classes, like I already told you. And I've just done a little math here so that we get to know what exactly we are offering and how much it is costing you per class. If you divide 9,500 by 20, it comes to 475 rupees per class, which is of 60 to 90 minutes duration. What all you get in this? You get Pran Shakti diagnosis for root cause determination. See, this is the key of Ashtaang Chikitsa. Once we can know the root cause of the problems that have come into your body, into your system, then a solution can be possible. So if you take this diagnosis alone, this could cost you anywhere between 9,000 to 10,000, just the diagnosis. I just want to put things in the right perspective. And then the second thing that you get is you get one weekly class of 60 to 90 minutes, then weekly one practice or the mentoring class, online course access for 1 year. The videos that be available in your course dashboard, they'll be with you for complete 1 year. Then the fifth thing that you get is videos of all kriyas separately also. Apart from the main class video, you get videos of separate kriyas, all those kriyas. And then you get written instructions in the course dashboard. Now, the seventh point is the private WhatsApp group to ask doubts, questions 7 days a week. See, we understand that this is an online setup. This is an online therapy. So you may be having a lot of questions, how we'll manage it, how we do things, whether you'll be you'll be able to do it properly or not. We understand that. So that's why we have this WhatsApp group. This is a support group. This is the group where you'll be asking questions if you're having doubt, because weekly you'll be meeting us live twice a week. On the remaining 5 days of the week, you'll be practicing alone. And if you get a doubt during that time, then you can ask all those doubts or questions inside this group. This is the support group. All our mentors are inside this group. So they'll be helping you. They'll be answering your questions. And that way you'll be doing your practices and you'll be doing your classes in a very smooth way. Then individual participant progress tracking. We track individual progress for all the participants through a form. You input whatever progress you made, whatever problem you're facing on that particular day through a form, and that is tracked on a daily basis. And therapy customization for each participant in the 9th week. This is very important. Every system is different. Let's say 10 people have got knee problem, but the reason for their for getting them into this problem could be different. So the therapy is customized for all the participants. It's not one thing that is suggested to all. You get customized therapy as per your problem, as per your system. And then the 10th thing is we keep in touch even after the program is over. We'll support you even after the 9 weeks are over, after the 10th week is over. You'll be shifted from this class WhatsApp group to a old students group, where still you can ask questions, still you can get support from the mentors. And this is the only program which supports its participant even after the program is over. Now, there's a very special webinar pricing, because we want to make this therapy so economical, so affordable for each and everyone, so that maximum number of people can benefit from this. And what is that? Instead of 9,500, you just pay 5,500 only. And if I again do the little math here, if you divide 5,500 by 20, you get rupees 275 per class. So this is such an economical thing. I wanted to put this thing into practice. So people have said that this is too less. People have said this is too much. So I just want to tell you that how much it's costing you per class. How to enroll? You pay the program fee, then you post the payment receipt in the WhatsApp group, then you fill and submit your details, join the first module, and then start attending the classes. Don't worry, we'll share all these details inside the chat and in the WhatsApp group also. These are the payment methods, and then the support team. This is very important. See, online therapy, we understand that there'll be a lot of challenges. There are senior people inside our programs who are not so tech savvy, who are not good with technology. So they have to be given proper support and guidance. So we have in our team, Rachna Shrimal Botra. She is the host of this meeting and she is one of the main mentors. Then we have Shalini Bhagwat as another mentor and the program coordinator. Atul Sharma, he's our senior mentor. Then we have Pooja Chopra, another mentor. And we have Neha Upadhyay. She is in charge of all the admissions. So those of you who are interested in the program, you'll be talking to her first, and then you'll be taking classes with the mentors. Anil Chauhan, that's me. You'll be interacting with me also during your program. And then we have Himanshu Reddy. He takes care of all the login IDs and password, the course dashboard. If you have any difficulty in logging in the past, if you're not able to watch any videos, if you're not able to download this thing. So Himanshu is in charge of that. So what I want to say is that there's a proper team to take care of you. You're not alone in this. You won't struggle with anything. If you want, then we'll talk to you personally also, so that all your problems are resolved. Because if you can do the program successfully, then you'll be able to come out of your disease, and that's what we want for you. With that, I come to the end of my part. Now, we can start the question answer session if Swamiji has joined. Yes, Swamiji is there.
Okay, Namaste Swamiji, good evening. So everybody is waiting for their questions to be answered. So I'll just put Swamiji on spotlight, and you all can type your questions, or you can raise your hands one by one and we will take up the questions. Okay, just a sec. Okay, I'll just unmute you. You can raise your hands one by one so that we can. Dinkar sir writes about cervical spondylitis.
Cervical spondylitis. Now I'll give you an example so that everybody can understand. Usually when we see a problem at a certain place, we think the problem is local. The problem is at that point only. जब हमारे को कोई प्रॉब्लम होती है सर्वाइकल यहाँ पे, तो यहीं पे प्रॉब्लम है. नहीं नहीं साहब, यहाँ पे प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. So if there is a pillar, there is a pillar, or what you can call as the pillar which supports a building. एक बिल्डिंग को एक पिलर अगर सपोर्ट करता है, तो उसका क्या एक ही पार्ट में प्रॉब्लम आएगा तो नहीं. If the pillar becomes weak, it becomes complete weak. Maybe you are looking at a problem at some place at this point of time. इस समय शायद आपको प्रॉब्लम कहीं और दिखाई दे रहा, मगर वो पिलर पूरा वीक हो चुका. So, and the problem will come on one by one. ऐसे ही होता है ना. This is how problem unfolds in life. You take care of one problem, then some other problem comes. You take care of that problem, some other problem comes. यही हो रहा है हमारे साथ में. This is what is happening. Now, one of the reasons why this is happening, because we are not looking at human body as an integral entity. हम मानव शरीर को एक इंटीग्रल एंटिटी की तरीके से नहीं देख रहे. We are trying to fix problems at local points. Why degeneration or cervical spondylitis? Why it happened? First of all, get to the cause of it. Now, pain. Pain is something which happens due to inflammation. It is not a gap which creates pain. हड्डी टूटने के बाद में इन्फ्लेमेशन ठीक हो जाएगा तो हड्डी टूटी भी रहेगी तो पेन नहीं होगा. नहीं, अष्टावक्र महाराज जी तो चल ही नहीं पाते अगर टेढ़े मेढ़े होने की वजह से पेन होता. So you have an idea because of this structure is not good, pain is happening. No, pain happens because of inflammation. Sometimes due to neuro pull it can happen, or a compression, but usually most of the time it is due to inflammation. Now, why inflammation? One of the reasons what causes inflammation in your body is your liver, is the weakness of your liver. Everybody at this point of time has some discrepancy with liver. Liver सबका असर में आया ही हुआ है. And one of the reasons why we are getting into inflammation, acidity, uric acid, indigestion, है ना, ये सब जो प्रॉब्लम आ रही है ना, it is due to liver. One of the reason is liver. Why? Because how many vaccines you took when you were born? पैदा हुए तो कितनी वैक्सीन लिए थी? And how many medicines have you taken in your life? आपकी जिंदगी में कितनी मेडिसिन खाई है आपने? तो खाद खेत में डालो. All the chemical fertilizers that we put in the field destroys the fertility of field. Yes or no? And now we have come back to the square one कि नहीं, don't put chemical fertilizers in the field. Organic खेती करो, जैविक खेती करो. So when will you start doing the organic farming of your body? Chemical डाल के इसको खराब कर दिया ना. Now it is creating one problem. You'll try to fix one problem. It will create another problem. Then you'll try to fix that problem. It will create two more problems. So tell me one disease which is decreasing. Diabetes increasing. Blood pressure, heart disease increasing, number one cause of death. Cancer increasing at the rate of 12%. Asthma, allergies, body का तो कोई भी chronic disease बढ़ ही रहा है ना. Arthritis, all those your problem related to bones. अच्छा, osteoporosis increasing, but how many people came out of osteoporosis by taking calcium? कितने लोगों को osteoporosis ठीक हो गया calcium खा के? किसी का भी ठीक नहीं है, because we are looking in the wrong direction. It is not your calcium which will create your bone. It is your body which will create your bone. तो आपकी बॉडी की तो क्षमता ही नहीं है कैल्शियम एब्जॉर्ब करने का. कैल्शियम खा के तो और नुकसान हो जाएगा. It will increase the chances of breast cancer by 200%. ऑस्टियोपोरोसिस तो ठीक नहीं होगा, कैंसर के चांस बढ़ जाएंगे. Your liver is your gatekeeper. It knows what is your food, what is not your food. When only food comes to it, it stays okay. Otherwise, it gets into risk. तो अभी हमने पूरा का पूरा ह्यूमन जीनोम को डिस्टेबलाइज कर. Now what to do? You need to stabilize it back. अगर सर्वाइकल ठीक करना है तो लिवर को स्ट्रॉन्ग करना पड़ेगा. I'm just giving you an example so that you understand things. अगर सर्वाइकल ठीक करना है तो लिवर को भी ठीक करना पड़ेगा. स्ट्रेंथ ऑफ एब्जॉर्प्शन एंड डाइजेशन भी आपको ठीक करना पड़ेगा. स्ट्रेंथ ऑफ स्पाइन भी आपको बढ़ाना पड़ेगा. Now, Ashtaang, that is why we are saying, unless and until you work on 8 levels of your body, आप सोचते हैं सर्वाइकल केवल यहां पे होता है. नहीं साहब, ऐसा नहीं होता है ना. It starts from somewhere else. You have forces in your body. आपके शरीर में 3 बेसिक, मैं एक ही बार में सारा कुछ सोल्यूशन बता रहा हूं. Every solution. You have basically 3 different factors in the body which creates different strength and organ strength and function. The first one is called as Garhyapatya Agni. All your liver, spleen, pancreas, digestion, absorption, assimilation, metabolism happens through Garhyapatya Agni. If it becomes weak, you will lose the strength of those factors. Then comes Dakshinagni, the second factor, which is responsible for your lung and heart health. If Dakshinagni becomes weak, your heart will not be able to function. The functional strength of an organ is what Dakshinagni is responsible for. Third Agni is called as Ahavani Agni. All your expression of life, how much you can do, what you can do in your life, your talent, how easily you can communicate, how much you can understand, what is your IQ. So these comes from Ahavani Agni. These are called as Trikagni. Now Trikagni converts into 108 factors. 108 factors, usable factors. If one factor is weak, your one part of your body or one organ or one function of your body will become weak. Establishing all those 108 factors is what is needed at this point of time. Ashtaang Chikitsa does that. Ashtaang Chikitsa वो काम करता है. So your cervical, your lower back pain, your knee pain, है ना. पहली बात तो अपना inflammation खत्म कर दो तो pain वैसे ही चला जाए. Pain is not a problem. Pain is an indicator of your. आपके शरीर का ये red light है, वो बता रहा है there is something wrong which is happening, but you break the red light only. एक बच्चा जब चिल्लाता है ना कि and he can't speak your language, but the kid is hungry and you get annoyed. So do you put clothes in the kid's mouth? क्या एक बच्चे के मुंह में कपड़ा ठोस देते हैं ताकि वो चिल्लाए नहीं? नहीं करते ना. torture हो जाएगा. But this is what you are doing to your body. When it shouts, what is the shouting? It is pain. दर्द है ना, जिससे वो बता रहा है कि कुछ प्रॉब्लम है मुझे, मगर हम तो दर्द ही खत्म कर देते. So we will have to open our eyes. हमारे को अपनी आंखें जरूर खोलनी पड़ेंगी. एक तो ऑर्गेनिक खेती करना शुरू करो अपने बॉडी का. But for that you need strength. For that you need strength, which you must build. Only then your life will become better. Next question.
Okay. Shama's iPhone, you can ask your question. Please unmute yourself. Shama's iPhone. Okay, Richa ma'am, you can ask your question so that we don't waste on time. Yes, Richa ma'am.
I am 60. I have just been 60. So I had been living a very active life. I was a teacher. So getting up early in the morning and the entire day was quite active. But last September, I got my disc problem, lower back problem. And that, like I thought my only left leg, which was having that excruciating sciatic type pain. So that I was having that. I didn't know that it was not taking my weight. As a result, within a week, I fell down. So my right ankle got fractured. So a time came in September that both of my legs were in no shape. I was on bed for 2 months. Okay, by that gradually everything is okay. But what I found is that my left leg is not taking my weight. I'm not able to lift my left leg. And I cannot put my body to one stairs also by using my left leg. It has been found, I had been to orthopedics and all that, then neuropathy also. And they said it is a demyelination case in my left leg. So now I am in a position that one sorry,
Okay, let me
let's just
I got your problem. I got your problem.
Yes,
Should I answer it? I got your
Yes,
problem.
yes.
I answer it. First of all, पहली चीज जो मैं सभी से यहाँ what you should ask is,
I don't want this nonsense.
what keeps your body in shape? What is that factor which keeps your body in shape? Or your skeletal system in shape? So, what is the problem? The legs are not in shape. Suppose I'll give you more and more answers towards this. But let's start with one. If the legs are not in shape or the skeletal system is not in shape, so what keeps the skeletal system in shape? There can be an observation. What you are doing is an observation. You are not diagnosing yourself. You are observing, okay, this is not in right shape. Even your X-rays, your MRIs only see certain things. They don't diagnose you. They observe certain things in the body, which is pretty obvious. You can't observe it. You use a machine to observe. That is an observation. It is not a diagnosis. So what keeps your skeletal system in shape? Nobody knows. I'll tell you. There is a factor of your body. It is called as a Vyana factor. Vyana factor, which keeps your body in shape. So when you measure blood pressure, it is not blood pressure. Modern science says there is nothing called blood pressure. It is not the pressure of your blood, but it is the pressure within a cell. Every cell of your body needs a certain amount of pressure for exchange and functioning. Like a diesel engine, if there is no pressure, it will not move. So every cell of your body needs a certain pressure. You can call it osmotic pressure, but it is not a exact definition of what I'm saying. Osmotic pressure is a resultant of Vyana Paksha. So Vyana Vayu or Vyana Paksha or Vyana Agni will keep the body in shape. Now, if the Vyana Agni becomes weak, what all can happen? One, your blood pressure will start fluctuating. The second, you will have fibromyalgia kind of a situation, which many people would have been diagnosed as fibromyalgia हो गया जी, मसल सूख गए, मगर ये तो आपको बता नहीं रहे क्यों सूख गए जी. So fibromyalgia हो सकता. Then what? De-shaping of the skeletal structure because of Vyanavayu. It can de-shape the skeletal structure. एक चीज ये होगा. Then what else? Vyanavayu is responsible for how much you can rest. आपका resting factor Vyanavayu की वजह से होता है. So how much you can relax in a situation, how much stress you take. आपको stress कितना होता है? It depends on Vyanavayu. Some people do not get into stress. Yes or no? कुछ लोगों को stress नहीं होता, कुछ लोगों को stress होता. So what is the difference between them? एक का Vyanavayu strong है, एक का strong नहीं है. जिनका strong नहीं है उनको बड़ी जल्दी stress हो जाएगा. Then what else? Your detox aspect of your body will become compromised. Constipation आ जाएगा. One thought comes in your mind, it will not go off. है ना? You will get irritated by small things. The movement factor of your body, you will not be able to move your body too much. So lot of toxins in the body, which might create other difficulties in your life. And it is slowly coming up. It will come up in some years, not now, some years time, because there is a degeneration. There is a problem which is going on in your body and it shows off outside in some years. तो अभी क्या करना है? तो what to be done? What is to be done? तो आपको तो वहां पे अगर लोअर बैक में पेन है, घुटनों में पेन है, तो घुटना बदलवा लो. Is that a solution? Will that make you strong? It will not make you strong. It will not make your life good. Rather, it will make your life even worse. अटल बिहारी वाजपेयी का घुटना बदला तो बेचारे व्हीलचेयर से नहीं उठ पाए. ठीक है, उसके बाद तो वो चले ही गए. So, does it really help? And then you will be put on lot of steroids. अभी भी तो आपको मेंटेन करने कितने लोग स्टीरॉइड ले रहे हैं? It is destroying your organ and organ function. तो एक चीज आप समझ जाइए, आपको ठीक कौन करता है? आपको ठीक कौन करता है? जब आपको चोट लगती है तो ठीक कौन करता है? You think medicine? No medicine cures you. आपको कोई दवाई ठीक नहीं करती है. Only your body cures you. आपका शरीर ठीक करता. So what you need is a more regeneration factor. Regeneration चाहिए ना आपके बॉडी में. अगर भाई घुटनों में गैप आ गया, what do you need? You need more regeneration. क्या आप regenerate करता है आपका बॉडी? So I'll give you, I'll make you do one experiment. मैं experiment बोलूं, सभी करेंगे ये. सभी करेंगे तो देख लेंगे, अपने आप पता चल जाएगा. 2 लीटर का बॉटल है ना कोई घर में, put water in it and lift it with one hand 100 times. 100 बार उसे उठाओ हाथ से. 10 दिन के बाद में राइट हैंड से आप अगर आपने उठाया तो राइट हैंड विल बी मोर स्ट्रॉन्ग और लेस स्ट्रॉन्ग?
More strong.
More strong. It will have more muscle, isn't it? That's how bodybuilders make muscles. यही करते हैं ना वो. So what it suggests, ये क्या प्रूव कर रहा है? Regeneration happens in the body. Body regenerate करता है. आपको सही चीज देनी चाहिए उसको. So how do you lift a 2 liter bottle? कैसे लिफ्ट किया? मसल को यूज किया. And what else you used? Breath hold. Breath hold. Without breath hold you can't lift anything. So आपने breath hold को यूज किया to increase the regeneration factor at some part of your body. We are increasing the regeneration of internal organs through kumbhak. So what you will learn in the course, you will learn 3 things: Anganyasa, Hatha Vinyasa and Kumbhak therapy. The key to all those 3 processes is Kumbhak. उसी से हम आपके लिवर को स्ट्रॉन्ग करने वाले हैं, उसी से किडनी को स्ट्रॉन्ग करने वाले हैं. We are going to regenerate your system, not only your system, that will regenerate instead your nervous system, your muscles and your bones. So न्यूरो मस्कुलोस्केलेटल केवल न्यूरो मस्कुलोस्केलेटल से काम नहीं चलेगा. We will have to rejuvenate the whole system for the system to rejuvenate neuromusculoskeletal system. तो ये हमारा जो डिजाइन है अष्टांग चिकित्सा, it is to rejuvenate your whole body. Only when your whole body rejuvenates, your external aspect, which is neuromusculoskeletal system, will regenerate, will gain strength, and you can come out. Your nervous system can also regenerate. Let me tell you that. Neuroelasticity is a new term which modern science uses for neuro regeneration. तो ये पॉसिबल है. ड्रॉप फुट हो गया, एक पांव में कंट्रोल नहीं है, न्यूरोपैथी हो गया ना. कैन यू रिवर्स न्यूरोपैथी? यस, यू कैन रिवर्स न्यूरोपैथी, बट यू कांट डू इट विथ एनी मेडिसिन. दवाई नहीं है इसको करने के लिए कुछ. कोई भी मेडिसिन आपको स्ट्रांग नहीं करता. लेट मी टेल यू दैट एंड फाइंड इट आउट. आपके पास तो रिसोर्स है आजकल, इंफॉर्मेशन है इधर. नो मेडिसिन makes you strong, makes your organs strong, makes your function better. It will only cut a pathway or ignite a pathway. जबरदस्ती कुछ करेगा आपके साथ में मेडिसिन, वो आपको ठीक नहीं करेगा. तो आपका शरीर ठीक करेगा. Your body will rejuvenate you, but you give the required strength to the internal organ and function. आपका शरीर, अगर आप इसको ठीक से इसको शक्ति देंगे तो ये आपको किसी भी चीज से निकाल देगा. There cannot be a magic pill, but this body is magic, and we have lot of examples of that.
Okay, Kapil sir, you can ask your question.
Okay.
Okay, Kapil sir has
Wait.
got.
I'm starting.
Okay.
Hello.
Yes,
Anji,
sir, we
please
can
go.
hear you.
Please go
Sir,
ahead.
you have to unmute yourself, please.
No, we can't hear you. You will have to unmute yourself. You are still muted. No, sir, you are still muted. You will have to unmute yourself.
Sir, otherwise you can write your question in the chat box. I'll read it out for you. Chandrakala ma'am, you can ask your question in the meanwhile. You're already
Namaste, sir.
unmuted. Yes.
Anji, boliye.
I am 73 years old. So I have on my right side shoulder blade and low back pain and knees and varicose veins also. So this is also due to liver problem, or
Okay,
I can
so I'll
undertake the course?
Yeah. You can, of course, take the course, but I'll tell you a little about. See, when I said liver issue, I wanted to connect something else with something else. This is how your body is. It is an integral entity. But your body needs three fundamental factors to be able to move properly. One is the balance, left and right balance. Alignment, which we can call it as alignment.
Okay.
So there are three alignments which is needed. The first alignment is the alignment of your navel.
Oh.
In North India, we call it dharani. So Nabhi chakra or the Nabhi, the navel moves a little here and there. The moment it moves, the alignment of your metabolism goes down. So it impacts your digestion. It impacts the organs which are related to digestive aspects like liver, like pancreas, like spleen, like gallbladder, those kind of things. The second alignment that is needed for this body is called as Kaudi. That means the alignment of your chest. There is a center point of chest. If you there is a protruding bone there. The lowest rib cage, wherever the lowest rib cage meet, you find a little small bone which is protruding out.
Okay.
That is called as Cody. There is an alignment of that. If that is not alignment, not aligned, then you get into lung issue, heart issue. Right. The third alignment is the alignment of your legs. The inner part of thigh is called as nalle. Now, the alignment of legs is directly responsible for the external alignment of your body, which is your skeletal system, which is your muscular system, which is your nervous system. That is what we are talking about, Neuro Musculoskeletal issue.
Okay.
Now, the nalle is responsible for these three alignments. In the course, in our course, we teach methods to align all these three aspects.
Okay.
Right. So it is, I have gone a little more inward or a little deep into how this happens. So there are many people, because of an alignment issue, they are getting into problem.
Okay. And I have eye problem also, sir. I have
Eye problem is something like, for example, you can come out of eye problem. I cannot come out of eye problem because it's an accidental eye. So my eye is like, the lens is replaced, but if you have your original lens, then there is something called as Samana Agni in your body. Samana Agni is the distributive factor of your body. Samana Agni and your liver is directly correlated.
Okay.
So the moment your liver starts getting into some kind of discrepancy, the heat of your body doesn't remain in balance, and the organ which gets impacted the most is your eyes. If there is a sports person here, because I have been a sports person, so if there is a sports person there, you will correlate. If you walk a little more or jog a little more, maximum heat is radiated through your eyes, not your body.
Okay.
So eye is something which gets impacted the moment heat factor of your body gets impacted. People who have heat issues, their eyes get impacted fast.
Okay.
If you balance the heat of your body, you can manage your eyes for a very long time without any support.
They have diagnosed as uveitis for the eyes.
See, itis means inflammation.
Okay.
Or infection also. Infection can also cause inflammation. So if it is an infection, you can take something to cure that infectant. Infection means something else has come into your eye, some bacteria, some kind of an organ which is flourishing in the eye. You can use an antibiotic for curing infection. Antibiotics are something which is a boon of modern medical science. 80% of the total disease they can't cure, but infection they can handle pretty well.
Okay.
So if it is an infection, you can use some disinfectant or antibiotic. Disinfectant is to be used. Antibiotic, but you can also use natural antibiotic, but inflammation can also cause, as I said, inflammation can be caused in the body when there are too much of toxins in the body, when the liver is not functioning, when you have improper digestion or excretion.
Okay.
So if you correct those factors, I mean, if there is an infection, take care of the infection, the problem will get solved. But if there is no infection and still there is an inflammation, then medicines won't help. Then you will have to work.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Galaxy A31, you can ask your question.
I'm ready. Kapil is ready.
Okay. Okay, Kapil sir, you can ask your question.
Swamiji, I'm doing Kumbhak for reversing diabetes. How will I insert my Chikitsa practice for this?
If you join, do you have neuromusculoskeletal issues? Do you have?
Like toes.
Okay.
Toes
So
and prostate problem.
When you come to this program, we'll tell you, actually it's pretty we often tell it in the webinar itself that you leave the morning diabetes practice, keep on the evening practice, and in the morning you do the Ashtaang Chikitsa.
Okay.
That's how you do it.
Got it. Thank you, sir.
Okay, Manish Kumar, sir, you can ask your question. Please unmute yourself and ask your question. Santosh Kumar, sir, Manish Kumar, sir, you can ask your questions. Unmute yourselves, please. ओके, जयेश सर का क्वेश्चन तब तक ले लेते हैं. पैर की बोन से कटकट की आवाज क्यों?
वो कट की आवाज क्यों आती है? गैस वहां पे जम जाती है और वो जो निकलती है तो फिर वो कट की आवाज आती है. तो आपके शरीर में हर जगह डिटॉक्सिफाई तो हर एक सेल को करना ही है. जिसको भी जिंदा रहना है उसको अपनी गंदगी निकालनी. तो गंदगी कहां से निकालती? यूजुअली ब्लड प्यूरिफाई करता है. हमारे सेल्स में ब्लड जाता है, मगर ब्लड ज्यादातर गैसेस चीजों को, थोड़ा बहुत सॉलिड चीजों को प्यूरिफाई करता है. Apart from that, what happens? Have you seen in Indian colonies what they do? अपना कचरा घर का निकाल के वो गली में डाल देते हैं, है ना? तो there is a सफाई वाला which comes and collects that गली वाला कचरा and goes off. Similarly, our body also does. Every tissue, every cell actually drops the toxin outside the cell wall. But you know, for blood, there is a pumping mechanism. Your heart is a pumping mechanism which keeps the blood flow. But the lymph, which the other toxin which the cell throws out from the cell wall, उसके लिए तो कोई pumping organ नहीं है ना. So your movement detoxifies you. जिस समय आपने मूव करना बंद किया, आपका शरीर में टॉक्सिन भरने लगता है. So it is your movement which detoxifies you. And also, we also tell in the class how to make it more effective. If you do not move too much, or if there is a gap somewhere which got built due to degeneration, then this toxin will also accumulate there. It will cause swallowing, inflammation, reddishness in that area. And gases also will collect there. And if you move, the gases move from that place, which makes a sound. So sound से घबराने की जरूरत नहीं है. If there is a pain there, then there is something to worry. Also, you need to detoxify yourself a little more. We have something called as Hatha Vinyasa and Anganyasa, which we teach, which helps in detoxification of your body in a very powerful way. Also, we suggest certain other things to detoxify your body. So it is built in the program.
Okay, Jaina Resham, ma'am, can you please ask your question?
Yeah, I'm ready. Galaxy A1. Hello. Good evening, sir. Am I audible?
Yes. Go ahead.
Yeah. I'm 51 years old, and I have this upper back problem since last 9 years. All my reports are normal. The middle spine and the shoulders, someone presses it, non-stop pain is there. And even in my body, there is no knee pain, nothing. I can walk 10 kilometers a day. I'm very active. But when somebody presses my thighs or my
I got your problem. I told you there are 3 kinds of alignment. Yes. Your Cody is not aligned.
Okay.
The Cody, which actually impacts the middle part of the spine. If it is not aligned, backward it impacts the middle part of your spine. If it is not aligned, then it will cause pain in that region. And of course, your shoulders are connected. So your shoulders are getting impacted. So your Cody needs to be aligned.
Okay, the pain is unbearable and I'm not able to sleep because of that since last 9 years.
Of course, it is in the middle part of the spine, and whatever you do will impact that. Of course, lying down will impact the middle. It impacts the middle part of your spine more. Okay, when you lie down, it impacts the middle and the upper part more.
Yes. At rest position, it is more.
Yes, it is. It impacts in that position more. So you will have to align it, and So you can join the course. We have all the methods where it is addressed through alignment and through other ways also.
So how long, what will be the time, like in case if I want to get rid of this, because I'm tired, really tired of this.
So this is what actually I say, if your train is moving at a speed of 120 kilometers an hour, it will take some time to stop. But if it is moving at 30 kilometers per hour, it can stop immediately. So it is the momentum of your disease which will take the required amount of time. If it is happening for a long period of time, there are too much degeneration in due to that, then it might take 3 months, or for some it might take 6 months. But let me tell you, do you have any other option?
No.
Then whatever time it takes, but whatever time it takes, it might take even for some it takes, like there are people in 15 days their problem gets sorted out by almost like 80%. They say 80% of my problem is gone. So time is something which is dependent upon the kind of the momentum of that problem. But 100% you'll get relief, that we can guarantee.
Yeah, thank you. So can I connect with your team member to find out the timings and
yeah,
all
sure. You can leave your numbers also. Anybody from here can leave their number also if they want the team to get in touch, or they want to talk about some other personal issues also. You can just put on
Galaxy
number.
A31. Galaxy
so
A31, you can ask your question.
Swamiji, I am suffering from. Hello.
Boliye.
I'm suffering from depression since 2017. The fears and depression, please guide me.
How many people you want to see or you want to talk to who have come out of the? Let me tell you why depression. Have I told a little bit about it in the webinar? Have you listened? Have you seen the webinar recording in the webinar, or we will share the recording and you watch it again? Depression happens because of a factor called as Udana becoming weak. If the Udana aspect of your body, or the body which keeps upright, if that is weak, then your body will feel very heavy, your mind will feel very heavy. If you increase the Udana factor of your body, you'll see suddenly you'll start feeling happy. For no reason. You think you get something and you become happy. No, it is because of robustness of your body you feel happy. आपकी खुशियां जो है ना, आपके पैसे से, बैंक बैलेंस से और सामान से नहीं आता. आपकी खुशी आती है आपके शरीर के हल्केपने से. So there is a factor called Udana, which is an anti-gravity factor. If that becomes weak, you'll be more pulled towards gravity. भारी लगेगा आपका शरीर. Joint problem, one of the reasons for the joint problem is weak Udana. But mentally, what you call as depression is 100% an Udana factor. If you increase the Udana factor, you'll come out of depression. Not only depression, you'll be able to drop your medicines, or if there are any other problem related to depression which goes on, like we have a lot of terminologies for different problems, mental issues, depression, bipolarity, schizophrenia, and so on and so forth. That's how the naming has been done, but there is no solution as such for all those problems. The solution is there in your body. You must increase those factors which can make you come out of those problems. And there are many cases now where people even have dropped their medicine. They were critically in a situation, and they have been living their life happily. And people who are not able to sleep, they are sleeping without pill. So mental issue is something which Ashtaang Chikitsa will take care 100%.
Okay, Bipin Gajar sir asks, can we increase the gap between bones of spinal cord? My gap of spinal cord decreases and I get affected pain due to this from last 2 years.
Okay, so regeneration and degeneration. These are two aspects which happen in your body. There is a balance of regeneration and degeneration which is required. Now, I talked about alignment. There are three things: alignment, balance, and what you call as rhythm. These three things are needed. The strength of alignment, which is fundamental strength of your body, which keeps the body in alignment, which is, you can call it also strength. Strength. The second factor is balance. Again, alignment happens due to balance. Strength, balance, and rhythm. A way of functioning, like your heart beats in a rhythm. Your kidney functions in a rhythm. Your liver functions in a rhythm. So these three things are needed in your body. Do you know rhythm is responsible for a factor in your body called as bhava? Bhava. Rhythm is responsible for bhava. Balance is responsible for raga. And the third factor, strength, is responsible for tala. Bharat. This is our country's name. Bharat. So these three factors, which is needed in your life, if you don't achieve that or don't try to work upon it, you can't get health in. You can try anything, but health will not be possible. Look at your ancestors, Dada, Dadi, Nana, Nani ko yaad kar. Physically, they were more strong, or are you more strong? They were more strong physically. They were more strong emotionally. They were more strong mentally. 100 years back, nobody had diabetes. 100 years back, nobody had blood pressure issue. I'm hanging with my bro. People had joint issue, but not so many. In a very extreme age only, they used to get into some kind of a joint issue, but they were able to work. In old ages also, they were working. So it has happened in the last 50 to 100 years. The problem has increased drastically. So we are going somewhere, we are going wrong, isn't it? We have not been able to take even 1% out of diabetes, even 1% out of blood pressure issue. We are just trying to manage these factors. So not even one proof. We must be going somewhere wrong. So that is why I'm saying it is even more important at this point of time to strengthen the factors of human body. And that will take you out of your disease. Nothing else. No medicine, no food. Food is just a raw material. Your body does work upon the food to create what it wants. So those things need to be strengthened. With that, this will be the last one because I'll have to shift to another webinar also. And if you have any other question, you can put down in the group. We'll get in touch with you. The mentors will get in touch with you and answer your queries.
Okay, so Santosh Kumar sir, you can ask your last question since you're unmuted. Anybody else who's ready can ask their question, the last question. Is AVN cure, Jayesh Soni sir? AVN cure.
AV, what is AV?
AVN.
What is that? Usko full form batao na. Wo AVN, what is that?
Jayesh Soni sir, you can unmute yourself please and ask the question directly. Avascular necrosis. It's avascular necrosis.
So, necrosis, what is necrosis? Death of a cell or tissue. इसको थोड़ा सा समझ जाइए तो आपको पता चल जाएगा इसको सॉल्व करने का. Death of a cell or tissue of any part of your body. Necrosis means death of a cell or a tissue. Why there will be death of cell or a tissue? So very logically, if we see, if there is no nutrition at that part, the cells will die. One thing. The second thing is there is no oxygen reaching at that part, the cells will die. Yes, there are many other factors. So these are the two things which can easily be thought by any people, anybody. ये दो चीज तो कोई भी सोच सकता. But there are many other factors, and it is caused by other factors. But how will you rejuvenate? Just a minute. How will you rejuvenate those cells? Is there any medicine which can rejuvenate your cells or make them alive again? So we have cases of paralysis where one part of the body became redundant, insensible, no nervous sensation, and it started almost when there is no sensation, most of it, the cells and tissues die. But after doing Kumbhak for approximately 3 months, the person regained sensation in that part of the body by more than 95%. So can you revive the cells? Cells are made. Regeneration is an aspect of, is a part of your body, which happens throughout your life. If you increase the regeneration factor, you can revive those cells. And you will have to work for that internally. How will you work internally? Externally, you can do exercise. But internal functioning or working internally, how will it happen? It will happen through Kumbhak. There is no other way. Kumbhak is not my discovery. It is an aspect of life. Our ancestors worked upon Kumbhak for thousands of years. I have kept this name Kumbhak to give a little respect to my ancestors, to all those rishis and gurus which have worked upon it. We have lost the science. And this is a small attempt to revive the whole science of Kumbhak. Kumbhak can work internally and rejuvenate your organ, cells, organ function. This is how you can actually handle your necrosis also. There is no medicine for that. There cannot be. Right? So on that note, I'll have to move to another webinar. So आप लोगों को बहुत-बहुत शुभकामनाएं. All the best to you. Please help your body. Please help your life.
Thank you so much, Swamiji. And Pooja ma'am, you had asked your question that you are already in the thyroid reversal group. So as Swamiji said, for the diabetes program also, people who are already there in his other program, you have to do Ashtaang Chikitsa in the morning and your practice of thyroid or diabetes in the evening. Okay. So Renu ma'am, you have got numbness and tingling in your left hand and my arm, and I've got MRI done report. There is a bulge with right paraciternal herniation of C5, C6 disc. So these are all neuromuscular problems which will be addressed in Ashtaang Chikitsa. So you can join the program and get yourself benefited by the same. So any other questions which we can take up with Swamiji, you can write in the webinar group, since he had to attend another webinar, so he has left. So we will forward it to Swamiji and all your questions will be answered. Reshmi Ghosh, what was your question, ma'am? If you could please repeat. I'm so sorry, it's actually got missed. Reshmi ma'am, you can unmute yourself and ask. Anybody who wants to ask can unmute and ask, please. And if you want to write in the webinar group, you can. Samit sir, I've already written to you, post-corona, your energy has gone down, mind is heavy and can't focus. Kumbhak is the key to these problems. पहली चीज जब आप कुंभक करते हो तो क्या होता है, आपका एनर्जी लेवल अप होता है. You're building up on your system. जो फैक्टर्स आपका वीक हो गया है, आप उसको बिल्ड कर रहे हो. So we are all logical people. Try to understand when you work upon your system. पहली चीज जो चेंज होती है वो आपकी एनर्जी. एनर्जी सबसे ज्यादा किस में लगता है? स्टिलनेस में, बैठने के लिए, स्थिर बैठने के लिए. हम लोग रेस्टलेस होते हैं, क्यों? क्योंकि हमारा एनर्जी लो है. So understand, Kumbhak is the key for all these problems. Mental problem आपका ठीक होगा कुंभक के द्वारा, and physical also, because mental and physical is 100% related, and I'm sure we all know that. I have diabetes, thyroid, BP, now I have back pain, leg and feet pain, can't walk freely. Rashmi ma'am, so for your BP and diabetes, you would have to join our sister concern Astika Kumbhak, for they run the BP and the diabetes program. And for your neuromuscular health, you need to join here Ashtaang Chikitsa. Pooja ma'am, I've already mentioned that your thyroid practice you have to leave and do in the evening. The morning practices you can leave and practice Ashtaang Chikitsa. Thank you, Mangesh sir. Hope you're doing well. Okay, if there is no other question which I can answer at my end, then you can type in the, okay, I'm Richa, I'm 60 years old, had severe lower back pain with severe pain in left leg. So ma'am, as Swamiji just mentioned, the pain in your leg, which you are feeling locally, is not actually a local pain. It has started from somewhere else. That's what we do in our Pranshakti diagnosis. We try to reach the root cause of your problem. For example, आपको inflammation है तो वो liver से related हो सकता है. वो स्वामी जी diagnose करते हैं, आप symptoms लिखते हैं कि क्या problems है. हम लोग एक form fill up कराते हैं जो medical diagnosis नहीं है. उस basis पे वो customize करते हैं आपका program, जिससे आप धीरे धीरे ठीक होने लगते हैं. जो भी आपका weakness है, जो organ आपका weak हो गया है, जिसके लिए प्रॉब्लम शुरू हुआ है, उसको रेक्टिफाई करते हैं. My problem is of demyelination of nerve in left leg. Ma'am, these are all related things. Nerve issues भी जो है, कहीं ना कहीं आपका कोई तो प्रॉब्लम है आपके ऑर्गन्स का. तो वो जो वीकनेस है वो स्वामी जी एड्रेस करते हैं और फिर ही आपका कस्टमाइज कुंभक बनता है. So if you join the program, you'll 100% benefit by it, only and only if you practice dedicatedly. Any other question? Okay, so I think we will end the session here. You can still ask your question in the webinar group if there is something you've forgotten or something that you would have in mind, and we will forward it to Swamiji. Swamiji will be answering your questions and then we will take it up. Renu ma'am, my numbness and tingling has gone right now, but whenever I keep my head down, vibration starts happening. My Anand Raj sir, my lumbar diffuse bulge. So these are all related nerves and these musculoskeletal problems. So you have to join the program to benefit by it. That's all I can say. तो ये आपको decision लेना है. You have to take call of your health. Mangesh sir, we'll connect personally. Okay. So thank you so much for listening to us patiently, and I hope you all are willing to take care of your neuromuscular health. जैसा कि स्वामी जी ने बताया, स्वस्थ रहें, खुश रहें और अपने हेल्थ को संभालें. Okay, Serene Aman ma'am, 42-year-old, last year after COVID, I had severe pain all through after a lot of natural. Knotting of muscles occurs on its own and there is electrical sensation around that area too. Okay. So we will take these, all these again are related to the nerves and muscles issues. So Serene ma'am, you need to join the session and slowly, slowly you will see the changes in your body. Autism. Autism is also addressed in Ashtaang Chikitsa, Sastri ma'am, depending We are not taking children here. We are just taking people above 18. Okay, so we end the meeting here. Thank you so much and good night. Please take care of your health. Stay healthy, stay happy. Thank you.